Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Joss locates her mother. Is Carly intending to sell their home? This week's sneak peek for General Hospital and updates teases that Josslyn Jax tracks down her mother in almost a panic. Because a classmate's mother called about selling their house, she wants to know whether Carly Spencer is doing so. Hospital General knock knock. What brings you here? When Kelly's has closed, Carly is inside taking a look around when she hears a loud and persistent banging on the door. Carly introduces herself and asks Joss what she's doing in the area. She arrived late yesterday night and early this morning because Josslyn wanted to speak with her. Then she received a call. Because she wanted Josslyn to let her know she's interested. A classmate's mother apparently contacted and thinks Carly is selling their home. Carly is perplexed and inquires, "Interested in what?" Joss responds, "Their house, which presumably she's selling." The idea had crossed her mind, GA. It's not that the idea hadn't occurred to her, but since the house wasn't for sale, it's plausible that the classmate's mother had witnessed a property transfer involving Carly. Carly has been trying to find out how to pay the outrageous $5 million SEC fine while still having money to live on. Josslyn is reassured by Carly that she doesn't need to speak well about her classmate's mother, but she does have some good news. The property transfer is about her being entrusted with a family legacy. Grandma Bobby Spencer, Jacqueline Zeman, deeded her Kelly's for just $1. Since Kelly's has been in the family for a while, Carly will be taking over as owner from her aunt Ruby Anderson. General Hospital family business continues family tradition. Carly has huge ambitions for the tiny cave serving the best BLTs in town, reviving the family tradition as a family company. Kelly's used to be a destination restaurant, and Carly wants to bring that back. There are numerous luxury restaurants in Port Charles, but not many for people of working class. The restaurant's welcoming staff, family ownership, and delicious food attracted customers. The Floating Rib and the Haunted Star are both demolished and will never be restored, while Charlie's Pub is more of a pub. Carly wants to restore Kelly's to its former glory while preserving its legacy and being true to its brand. Esme is driven into Spencer's arms by Joss. When Joss saw Esme Prince, Avery Kristen Pohl, getting a little too close to Spencer Cassadine the other day, General Hospital reports that things between the two people were quite heated. That is Trina Robinson's man, as we all know. Esme most certainly wasn't unaware of that information. She simply believed she was free to behave differently than usual. In any case, Esme seems to have genuinely understood Joss, and it seems like her remarks will stay with her for some time. She is now determined to discover her true identity, and she may start by seeing her dearest mother in the past. Hospital in general, Esme is over it. Esme has recently had to deal with a challenging issue. Everyone has been telling her how spiteful and unreliable she is, and she is hearing it. Hearing all these unflinching criticisms of yourself when you don't feel like that person must be very draining. But despite everything, there is some optimism. Esme wants to believe that Spencer and her relationship will continue to develop in a way that allows them to laugh, play, and joke around with one another. If nothing else, it will be wonderful for Ace Cassadine to see them getting along. However, Esme would admit that she is expecting for much more with Ace's big brother. It's possible that what Joss perceived between them wasn't just a fabrication of her imagination. Esme wraps her mind around her family tree, according to GH. Since learning who her birth parents are, Esme has had to face some formidable monsters. Knowing that Ryan Chamberlain, John Lindstrom, was her father is awful enough. But realizing that she was plotting to overthrow the Cassadine family right with him is even worse. Even if they aren't her favorite people, Esme just can't picture herself wanting to hurt everyone else so severely. She was reluctant to get to know her mother, Heather Weber Allie Mills, but she now questions whether that was the right decision. Esme might gain some clarity and have a different perspective on the Cassadines if she maintained a friendship with Heather. But with how much she seems to be falling for Spencer, does she really want to do that? Esme artifices her way into his favor. Esme's quest for self-discovery has been difficult given that, according to her, she has no memory of her history at all. She has come to the realization that she frequently manipulates and plans to get what she wants. Esme doesn't appear to be aware of how much change has actually occurred in her, though. Despite her assertions of personal development, it is obvious that some of her less desirable qualities still exist. Will reuniting with Heather serve as a reminder of everything she wants to avoid? Or might it bring out her ugliest self and rekindle a desire to destroy Spencer? Beginning with episodes written by temporary writers, General Josslyn. Fans of daytime dramas have been anticipating how the Writers Guild of America strike, which began on May 2, would affect their favorite soap operas. And now, at least for General Josslyn, we are aware of the solution. Shannon Peace, a breakdown writer, announced on Instagram that the July 20 episode of General Hospital would be the final one to see her name in the credits until the strike is over. Beginning, the GH writing staff will be keeping an eye on events with the fans, Peace wrote. I hope the show is in competent writing hands for the sake of the audience. But I also have to admit that it hurts to know that the people handling the characters, connections, and stories we created aren't us. While the majority of film and television productions have been put on hold during the writers' strike, soap operas have continued using either scab writers who have crossed the picket line or FICOR authors who have renounced their union membership in order to work. During strikes, daytime writers face a special conflict. Peace acknowledged. We detest having our plots and characters given to writers who cross the picket line. But we also understand full well that halting production may mean the end of soap operas. I'm hoping the AMPT acts right away, not just for writers, but also for the credibility of narrative. As previously noted, soap performers work under a different contract, so while they can join their fellow actors in picketing, they will not be going on strike themselves. SAG-AFTRA has also declared a strike and joined the WGA on the picket lines in an effort to demand fair contracts from the studios. Peace urged viewers to continue watching when the episodes with writings from the new temporary writing team started showing. If you enjoy watching GH, I hope you'll keep doing so, she remarked. You can keep the show on the air and morally support the writers. Unexpected demand, lethal threats, startling confession, and astonishing discovery. For the week of Monday, General Hospital spoilers and updates indicate that someone is caught off guard, an argument is seen, and someone comes clean. Ava Jerome confesses, Sonny Corinthos walks in on an altercation, and Portia Robinson is taken off guard. Caught off guard? Prior to Curtis Ashford's surgery to remove a gunshot and its fragments that had become trapped close to his spine, Portia was by his side. The medical professionals issued a warning that Curtis, who also had a surgical procedure, might not fully recover his functionality and that there might be some residual damage. When Curtis lost sensation in his legs, Portia and TJ Ashford, Taj Bello, who were watching, took their lack of surprise much harder. After trying to console him, Portia is now taken aback when he says she should let him go if he'll never be able to walk again. No matter how much his wife loves him, Curtis' immense pride will not permit him to be even a quarter of a man to her. GA spoilers. A dispute was observed. Ava meets the new nanny Masson Gatlin hired for her daughter, Avery Jerome Corinthos, at Windermere Castle. Betty Rutherford, who snobbily informs Ava that the nanny position is hers and there is nothing she can do to change it, appears to be quite the piece of work. Although he doesn't hear the part when Betty threatens Ava's mother, Delia Ryan, Sonny enters as Ava and Betty are arguing. Sonny will be asking Ava some questions since he can sense that something is off, and he is still learning a lot about this situation. Coming clean. When Sonny tells Ava that he can sense she is terrified, he puts her on the spot by asking, "What the hell is going on?" Except for the nanny scenario, Ava will be completely honest with Sunny, at least initially. She will detail what actually transpired with Nicholas Cassadine, Adam Huss, and how Mason and Austin Gatlin Holt, Roger Howarth, were involved. After she has explained everything, she is reassured that Sunny would handle everything, but there is still the issue of the dangerous Betty being around. How can she ever feel comfortable with Avery being with her if Betty knows who her mother is and is threatening her?